Hello Cancer, and welcome to your new moon lunar cycle insight video. For the cycle beginning with the new moon on the 4th of February in the sign of Aquarius. So this new moon initiates an exciting wave of fresh energy for us all. We have all planets still moving direct, and Aquarius is the sign of the visionary of the future, so it can quite rapidly bring some of our ideas and inspirations into manifestation. For you lovely Cancers, this moon will be taking place in your 8th house. So this is a really interesting energy because the 8th house is the space of the death of the old self and the birth of the new in astrology. It's the Scorpio house where we transform our fears and arise like the phoenix, stronger and more brighter than ever before. So with Aquarius in this house, it's very interesting energy because we have this light, airy, new inspiration, new vision coming through into these darkest corners of the psyche. So this can be a time when you are experiencing some amazing emotional breakthroughs that lead you to transform the patterns, the toxic patterns that have been holding you back from creating the life that you truly desire. So this can be a time when you can really liberate yourself from the old, from the trauma or pain of the past. So you may start to look at things that once really hurt you or troubled you in really new, fresh and exciting ways. This can be a rebirth in the areas of intimacy and shared resources as well. So for those of you who are in relationships or seeking a partner, this can be a time to initiate deep healing that will bring those relationships into balance or call forth a soul partner as well. It can be a really powerful time for calling your power back and for healing wounds around sexuality and intimacy as well. All of those dark taboo subjects reside in the 8th house of the birth chart, and Aquarius gives us the ability to look at them from a very different, very healing perspective. So we start this month off on this note of real rebirth for you, Cancer. And at the time of this moon, we also have Mercury moving through your 8th house, which will be, really calling you to dive deep into your psychological stuff. And on the 10th, he transitions into Pisces, where he will be embarking on his retrograde journey next month at the time of the next new moon. So this can be a time when we can start to glimpse a foreshadowing of the healing work we'll be doing with Mercury retrograde in Pisces in March. And he's going to be joined there by the Sun as well on the 18th of February. So this is the house of our birth chart, your fellow water sign as well, creating a beautiful trine to your Cancer planets that connects us with, in a similar way to Aquarius, the big vision, the bigger picture, helps us to see things from a more optimistic viewpoint. And for you, because this is taking place in the sign of Pisces, it can really help you to see with eyes of compassion, for yourself and for other people. So we may be doing this kind of deep inner work in the 8th house. And as the planets cross over mid-month into the 9th, we can suddenly feel all of this compassion, all of this understanding of why we experience that kind of mini dark night of the soul. And it can be a moment where we feel ourselves, really letting go of old belief systems that are no longer serving us, that are no longer supporting us, because we also have Chiron, the wounded healer, finishing up his stay in your 9th house this month. He's going to be on the final degree of the zodiac from the beginning of February up until the Virgo new moon, and the sun's transition into Pisces the 18th, 19th of February. So this can be a time when we're really clearing up those self-sabotaging belief systems, when we're really actually coming into the knowledge that we are our own best healer, we are our own best guru. We don't need to look outside of ourselves to teachers or religion or spiritual idealism. We know what is right for us. We know that we have this unique individual journey of healing that we are going on as a soul, you know, as do we all. And it's only us that really can know deeply what is true for us and what is healthy for us. We might find here as well that quite a lot of our belief systems are, quite a lot of the things that are rising up are related to our physical well-being as well. We can be really looking at those belief systems which are creating disharmony in the body, addictive patterns, self-sabotaging patterns, because Chiron is going to be entering your 10th house as he shifts into Aries. He's going to be there till 2027. And you had a little taster of this last year, Cancer, because he spent the period between April and September of 2018 in Aries in your 10th house. So think back to what was happening then and how your life was changing, and you kind of get a glimmer of what is going to be unfolding over the next 7 years or so. And Chiron in the 10th house is really about healing those wounds around being seen, stepping into your power as a leader, as a teacher, as somebody who inspires others in your own right. So this is why it's really important for you to let go of those belief systems of, oh, I don't know enough, I'm not good enough, who do I think I am? Because over the coming years, you will actually become a role model to others for changing your pain into power, inspiring others with your presence and your story, you know, of how you've reclaimed yourself and reclaimed your value and reclaimed your worth. And this can be really supported by the full moon in your 2nd house in the sign of Virgo. Oh, sorry, no, I've made a mistake there. Oh, no, I haven't. Yeah, full moon in your 2nd house. Sorry, just a little bit of numerological confusion there. So full moon in the 2nd house in Virgo, opposing these planets in Pisces. No, I am making a mistake. I've written my little wheel down here and I've made it a little bit wonky, so I've got the houses mixed up. So we have these energies in the 9th house in Pisces, as I've just discussed, and the full moon will be in the 3rd house. So we have again this emphasis on purifying our own self-sabotaging belief systems, you know, all of those parts of ourselves that say, oh, you know, this isn't perfect, or who do I think I am, or I can't possibly express myself in that way. And it can help us to really see where we're holding ourselves back from expressing our fullest truth. You know, the 9th house is where the ideas, the vision comes in. The 3rd house is how we express it into the world, and that's quite often through speaking, through teaching, and through writing, or, you know, creative expression of some kind. So this is like, how are you bringing those ideas into being? How are they manifesting in the physical world? Perhaps your life needs to be reorganized or restructured in some way to support these new beliefs that are coming into being. And it's interesting with Mercury about to go retrograde here, because we might believe what we think is true, but is it really truth? You know, the truth is always paradoxical and ever changing. is the highest lesson of this axis. You know, I might be in my 9th house in my Sagittarius. This is the unchallengeable truth. And then the 3rd house, the Gemini house where the full moon is, goes, oh, but is it really? Because we could look at it from this perspective. We could open our mind to this reality. So challenging yourself whenever you feel an unhelpful belief coming up, or a limiting belief coming up, or a I can't do this belief coming up. Just saying, well, actually, what about if I flipped it and thought about it from this perspective, you know? So it's a very interesting month. We've also got Mars moving into Taurus, coming into your 11th house, energizing your purpose, you know, energizing your visions for the future and saying, come on, let's bring them into tangible reality. Taurus likes to make things physical. So all of those inspirations, all of that motivation you might have been feeling in your career, in your work life, as Mars moved through Aries throughout January, now it's like, okay, Taurus says, I'm going to give you the energy, I'm going to give you the stamina to really put the work into this, to really make it a sustainable part of your life. So this is a time when we can feel fired up, we want to connect with people, we want to be out there, we want to be building our purpose, building our vision, but always coming back to that center of, this is what is true for me. No matter what is going on out there, no matter what this person or that person is saying, I know in my gut, because you are such a intuitive, sensitive sign, Cancer, you know what is good for you, you know what nourishes you. So just choose those thoughts that feed your soul during this period. I'm going to pick a card for you to bring culmination to this reading. This is from the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. Just to bring through an extra little message. Hilarious. Listening for truth. So, oh, I love this because she's got the seashell there as well. That's so Cancerian, and we can see like the cosmos swirling here, and this little side in the side of the picture here. So, yes, extra amplification of that message. You know what is truth for you. You know what you need to heal. You know what your beliefs are. You know what is toxic to your soul and what supports you, what sustains you in building your visions and dreams. So these psychic waters are running deep this month. We've got the planets coming into your fellow water sign. We've got the new moon in the water house, the 8th house. So just really reflecting upon that, hearing what is being said beneath the words, becoming a little bit of a psychic detective maybe this month, Cancer. You're a sign whose sensitivity is your greatest gift, and that can be something you can really utilize this month in the building of your vision. Perhaps there's an opportunity that will come to you, and you have to really think about whether it's the right one for you, whether that it is everything that it seems to be on the surface, or whether this new person or new relationship that comes into your life is everything that it is portraying itself to be. Look at the energy behind the words. Thank you so much for listening to me, Cancer, and sorry for the confusion around which house the full moon is going to fall into. I need to practice my wheel drawing with a little bit more clarity here on my page. If you wish to connect with me further, you can check the links below this video. Sending you so much love.